Hello everybody, you can call me Hunch. I don't need this headset, I'm going to take it off. Now, I know you're asking yourself, why should I be listening to this guy? And I'm going to tell you why. It's because I've got a college shirt on, okay? I worked really hard. I got a small business. I got a degree, okay? I got 2 degrees, actually, okay? I'm just kidding, not a financial advisor. Do whatever you want, but I'm going to be talking about stacks and the efficient market hypothesis and how the arbitrage opportunity, meaning like where it's actually valued and where it should be, can happen instantaneously with stacks and Bitcoin, right? So let's dive on in. The efficient market hypothesis, if you don't know, is a theory that basically information is baked into a stock, right? All the information available is baked into a stock, and so is trading at its fair value. Now, I did a paper on this in college, okay? Because remember, I went to college. And I basically said at the end of the paper for right now, like in the moment or in a short period of time, the efficient market hypothesis makes absolutely 0 sense. Okay, now you can argue until you're blue in the face. I think it makes 0 sense. Okay, it is not efficient. Did you see the stock market today with Snapchat, Amazon, and Facebook? Okay, everybody knows Facebook undermines democracy and it sucks. Okay, and the metaverse is going to be decentralized. Okay, we don't want your centralized Facebook nonsense. Okay, so get out of here, Facebook. You're inefficient. But stacks, on the other hand, right? Why do I think it's such a good opportunity, right? And it's this efficient market hypothesis, right? Over time, things tend to shake out, right? And that's why I said over a short period of time. Over long periods of time, the winners tend to rise to the top, and then the losers kind of fall down to the bottom, unless you're the Fed and you keep printing money, and then all the dead trees don't get burned down, right? And the good trees stand. Then all the trees are standing, and it's all just like a complete mess, right? So thank you very much, Federal Reserve. But what's going on with stacks is, and you can look at the data points, right? Stacks is growing, and this is apparent. What happened today with they just got $150 million injected into their protocol, right, to give to developers to develop the products on top of stacks, right? And we need they're not just investing in stacks, they're investing in the people around stacks, specifically Munib, right? That is raising my confidence levels, right? So why do I think this efficient market hypothesis is pertinent, right? I said right like 3 times. I'm sorry, I'm going to work, I'm not a great public speaker. I'm working on it. So bear with me. But I think this is very pertinent to it because stacks came to the market sort of late, right? And Bitcoin was already the most, and is the most popular cryptocurrency by market cap, by social media mentions, by every metric you can study except, smart contract deployment. But it is clearly the winner here, right? Then why is stacks so low, right? You can give reasons like, you don't need it, the lightning work. You don't need that level of functional smart contract. It could make it too difficult and lead to hacks, like you saw with the Solana hack, right? Where they're doing cross bridges between ETH and Solana, which Vitalik, by the way, says itself is stupid. It's not going to be a cross-chain world. It's going to be a multi-chain world. Okay, so take some tips from Vitalik, by the way, guys. Anyway, the arbitrage opportunity here, not for just Bitcoin becoming leading to hyper Bitcoinization and it taking over, taking out all the excess in the world and putting it in just like a stable asset, right? That store of value. The things around it, right? These smart contract platforms, like there's an arbitrage opportunity for you to open Lightning channels, right? Because it's underappreciated, even though between how Lightning is growing and the number of nodes, right? And then stacks is growing, right? But the market cap is so low. And the market cap of ETH is so high, right? There's no other explanation for what's going on other than the market has low IQ, Timmy or Betty or Johnny or Susie, okay? Low IQ, right? So this poses a huge opportunity for us, right? Because we're looking factually at data points, right? I'm trying to get opinions for my position and against my position, right, on Bitcoin and stacks, right? But there's just too much evidence that there is an arbitrage, and I'm not saying specifically arbitrage. I know there is a specific term or action for arbitraging something. But by arbitrage, I mean like what the fair value is and where it's at, right? If truly that base layer of money, right, shouldn't have smart contract deployability because then it leads to inefficiencies and security issues, right? Then stacks is a good solution, and compared to what everything is trading at and what they're doing and the injection of money and then how much is staked and blah 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 blah, then the opportunity to close that gap between what its value is now and its fair value is so astronomical. My brain wants to explode. I'm sorry if I'm not explaining it well, but you've got to like use your brain cells, man, and not think on a short period of time. And so maybe I'm partially to blame because I bring up charts and I say, you know, this and this, and this is where I go long, right? But you have to remember, I've said in many videos, I'm not a trader. I'm a long-term hodler investor. You know, I didn't day trade Tesla. I held Tesla, and I made 10x on Tesla, not by trading it, just by holding it, okay? And I made 10x on Bitcoin because I didn't trade it. I held it, right? I've never made a 10x on something that I traded over a 2 month period of time. If you've met someone that has done that, introduce them to me. That sounds great. I'd love to pick their brains and see if they're actually a savant or they're just lucky, okay? But like I said, go look at the data points of stacks. I think the opportunity for what the fair value is and what its value is right now, that gap is going to close, right? Because the longer things go at not at their efficient fair value, right, the more you can accumulate and that spread closes, right? That's how I did it with Bitcoin, right? It was trading way under what the fair value was, and at times I used the calculations of, you know, how many mine, you know, what it would cost to mine it based on electricity and watts and all that. Like, I don't do that anymore, but that's how I realized, like, those were all data points I used to buy Bitcoin early in HODL. Right? So do that. You can call me Hunch. If you don't understand anything I'm saying, great. You need to go do some more homework. You can call me Hunch. Stop whining. Start learning. Yes, sir.